You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
It's so simple. It's called I'm sorry you can't come in. You have to go in through a legal process.
This morning, a federal judge orders border officials to reunite separated families. Breaking overnight, water spewing from this Bradenton water tower near the downtown area. We'll have a live report from the scene and how it could affect the morning rush hour. And the new Parish Elementary School finally has a new name. We'll reveal the educator being honored. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning, June 27th, Wednesday. I'm Ray Collins. Stephanie Webb is off this week. John Scalzi is in place with details of some isolated showers at best this morning, John.
Yeah, at best. You know, yesterday we had a lot of rainfall in inland areas, pretty good rainfall amounts, but even Becky and Old Myakka only got no rain actually yesterday whatsoever. 68 degrees she has currently. We're looking at some pretty quiet conditions on radar across the state right now. A few showers have popped up, mostly off the coast of Lee County. There's been a few around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor, but most of us have not seen any rainfall this morning, and really our rain chance is pretty minimal at best, coming in at about maybe 20% along the coastline. Between the hours of about 10 and noon particularly would be the best chance for seeing rain showers. After that, we dry out, and we're not looking at a whole lot of rainfall this afternoon during time of maximum heating. We have some cloud cover, yes, but we also have plenty of clear sky out there, and once dawn breaks, I think we'll have a fair amount of sunshine to help boost our temperatures up to a high of about 92. Once again, the feels like temperature coming in pretty close to 100. It might be a degree cooler near the coastline this afternoon because of the westerly wind flow that will develop. Nice day for boating, though, and we have fairly quiet conditions for several days. We'll talk about that and perhaps a wetter weekend coming up in a few.
Boy, okay, thank you, John. We'll talk to you soon about that. Checking the roads, an ongoing issue there at 57th Street East at 18th Avenue. Be aware of that if you're traveling in that section between the Braden River and the interstate. Checking farther south now in the northern half of Sarasota County, 301 southbound around 10th Street. Some congestion there already. Otherwise pretty clear. And then our final map for the south will show only one little blip there that just was erased in the southern section of your screen. All clear at 6:02 on this Wednesday morning. Happening overnight, a water tower sprang a major leak in downtown Bradenton. Marla Spence is there behind the school board building with details of how it's doing right now. Marla?
Good morning, Ray. I'm live at the Bradenton Water Tower off Manatee Avenue West, and the water has stopped spilling out of that tower. We have some video we want to show you. At the time the water was spilling out of the tower, take a look. It shows gallons of water spewing out of the tower. It happened around 11 last night, and so far there is no word on what caused the leak, exactly how many gallons of water was lost, or if this will be impacting any homeowners or businesses in the area. We do see a pumping station right next to the water tower, but it's not confirmed whether it had anything to do with the water leak. Right now we are waiting to hear back from the city on what exactly caused this leak and what exact time that leak came to a complete stop. Once we do hear back from the city, we will bring you the latest. Reporting live in Bradenton, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. Scientists at Moat Marine are looking for solutions to help those affected by red tide, which is most of us. This week, they're sparking a research project that'll test whether filter feeding animals and seaweed can help lower the effects of red tide. Moat scientists are growing these filter feeding organisms on an artificial reef that can float under docks. Now, if this project is successful, they want to transform it into a community outreach initiative and teach people who live along canals how to build their own artificial reefs to potentially alleviate some of the effects of red tide. A new law taking effect next week in Florida will change the way juvenile detention programs work. The new civil citations program will require pre-arrest diversion programs to be created for underage kids who break the law. Advocates hope this will help correct kids' behaviors without having to send them to jail or prison.
If we arrest and we use kind of like the adult sanctions and the adult processes that we normally use for adults, we saddle youth with an arrest record which can follow them through their lives and have a negative impact on their ability to, earn a living.
Civil citations will be issued for common misbehaviors such as fighting, drug and alcohol offenses, and petty theft as well. New developments on the immigration battle this morning. A federal judge in San Diego has ordered U.S. border officials to reunite separated families in the next 2 to 4 weeks. Meantime, on Capitol Hill, the House prepares to vote on a compromise immigration bill later today. ABC's Elizabeth Herr has the latest.
With more than 2,000 children still in federal custody, overnight, a judge in California ordering the Trump administration to reunite all children with their families within 30 days, return children younger than 5 to their parents within 14 days, and stop deporting parents without their children unless the parent voluntarily declines to be reunited or the parent is unfit or dangerous. The ruling in response to an ACLU lawsuit.
As Sessions, you're not welcome in our communities.
And issued on the same day, demonstrators protested Attorney General Jeff Sessions in Los Angeles. Sessions there speaking to a conservative criminal justice organization and getting some attention this morning after making this joke about critics of family separation.
They like the little security around themselves, and if you try to scale the fence, believe me, they'll be even too happy to have you arrested and separated from your children. They would like to see that.
President Trump, in the meantime, still pushing for more funding to build his border wall while talking tough on illegal immigration.
It's so simple. It's called I'm sorry, you can't come in. You have to go in through a legal process.
Well, ABC News has learned First Lady Melania Trump is planning a second trip to one of the detention centers sometime this week. And the House is set to vote on an immigration bill later today, but GOP leaders don't expect to pass. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Back here on the Suncoast, a new school in the parish now has a new name. The Manatee County School Board last night made it official, naming the new elementary school after this woman, educator Barbara A. Harvey. They considered 250 options and Harvey won. Many of the lives that Harvey has touched over the decades packed the school board and an overflow room to hear last night's big announcement. The new Barbara A. Harvey School will sit on 20 acres on Moccasin Wallow Road and 115th Avenue East in Parrish.
It was not in my playbook to have a school named after me. I did not do what I did for that. But God has a way to just pour out his blessings.
The school opens in August of 2019. Look at this. Sarasota Police unveiled their new police motorcycles. They've now switched to they've dropped their 2015 Harley Electras for these new 2018 Harley Davidson Road Kings. Sarasota Police. Still ahead, the first human case of the mosquito-borne Keystone virus happened right here in Florida. We'll learn more about the disease and the teen who tested positive when we come back. But first, here's a pretty shot right now of the U.S. Capitol. Actually, not too pretty. Looks a little overcast there right now. 70 degrees as we speak in Washington. They'll see a high of 79, which is relatively mild by our standards here, John.
Yeah, they got a meandering frontal boundary around the area, creating some cloud cover for them. For us, we have a big ridge of high pressure that is built in, providing us with pretty nice conditions. Air quality is good today, with the major pollutant being ozone, but not a lot of it. The beach walk forecast calls for nice conditions with that big high pressure ridge sitting in, and basically dry conditions along the coastline in the afternoon and evening. We'll look for a west wind at about 5 to 10. Skies will be mostly clear, and we'll look for 4 beach balls out of 4 for the sunset quality tonight. We'll be right back.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running, and right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Temperature up 1 degree at this hour at 75 degrees. We have a dew point value of 73. Nice starry skies, a little bit of fair weather cloudiness, and not much in the way of rainfall this morning. We have a, generally speaking, light and variable wind right now. 76 degrees in Bradenton, Sarasota 75, Venice 79, Inglewood 78. Longboat, you've got 80 degrees right now, so kind of a warm, sticky start for you. Inland temperatures a little cooler. Mayaca 75, Northport 77, Punta Gorda 77, Arcadia at 75, and Wauchula, the cold place, at 74. We're looking at temperatures that'll steadily climb under the influence of a lot of sunshine this morning, I think. A few fair weather clouds around as well, and an isolated shower, not out of the question, but the rain chances are small. We'll look for about a 10% chance of rain by 9 a.m. with a temperature of 82. As we head into the lunchtime hour, we'll be close to the 90 mark with about a 20% chance of showers. Those showers then transitioning from about noon to 3 into inland areas, and our rain chances near the coast will start to go down. Then as we head into the evening, should be beautiful for everyone as all of the showers have moved far inland. Titan radar right now showing a few scattered areas of drizzle and maybe some light rain down around Fort Myers. But other than that, everything's pretty quiet here locally. We're not seeing much in the way of ongoing showers, though we did see a few scattered areas of drizzle around Gasparilla. Otherwise, things pretty quiet for the next couple of hours. I think your commute this morning should be absolutely rain-free. So we got a few fair weather clouds out here, kind of leftover debris cloud from yesterday activity, kind of blowing in on a general wind aloft that's still out of the north and maybe a little bit out of the east here. As we head into the afternoon, surface winds out of the west, though, will take showers that build along the coastline and drive them into inland areas. You see by around 9 o'clock on our futurecast, a few showers, isolated at most, popping up along the coastline and in interior sections. Then as we head into the afternoon, everything moves east to the interstate and becomes more frequent and heavier. And then as we head into the evening hours, everything starts to really just kind of die down. Inland and near the coast, everything will be fine as we head into sunset period, I think. Generally, we've had an easterly wind. That's been with us for the last several days, and what it's done is take the shower and thunderstorm chances and really concentrate them along our coastline. Well, now things have changed. High pressure has sunk southward. We're watching a development of a more westerly wind flow, which will tend to take the showers and concentrate them along the other coast over the next several days. May also do a couple of other things. One, maybe reduce our daytime high temperatures a little bit, but it will also increase our humidity, especially along coastal regions. Showers that develop along the coast will be pushed inland in the afternoon, and a little trough of low pressure that is sinking southward may actually help to enhance our rainfall chances when combined with additional moisture as we head into the weekend. But for the next couple of days, we stay a little bit drier. Isolated morning showers, afternoon showers in inland areas, and then we wait for the weekend as our rain chances will then start to go up. We can still use a little rainfall around. Our fire danger indexes for Sarasota, Manatee, and Charlotte County are now in the moderate zone, so it'd be nice to have a little bit extra rain around, even though we are seem solidly into the rainy season now. Southwest wind coming in at about 5 knots. Beautiful day on the water, smooth conditions, 2-foot seas. Water temperature now at 86, so not too bad. The forecast for the next several days calls for reduced rain chances for today and tomorrow. Temperatures hovering around the 90 mark. And then as we head into Friday, a little additional moisture and that trough of low pressure ups our rain chances. Same thing is true for Saturday and Sunday. Then we'll start to dry things out as we head into 4th of July on Wednesday. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Your first alert traffic showing an accident at 57th Street East at 18th Avenue. Be aware of that if you're traveling in that section of Manatee County. Otherwise, all clear so far. Checking farther south now on the maps, 301 northbound as you head toward University, an issue there. Otherwise, pretty clear in the northern half of Sarasota County and South County. Some issues there on 41 in both directions, just south of Clark Road around McIntosh and the Oaks development. So be aware of that as you travel at 6:16 on this Wednesday morning. Entertainment news, a Bee Gee honored at Buckingham Palace, and an actor joins the Me Too movement. ABC's Jason Nathanson has it all from Hollywood.
From Disco King to Sir Barry, Bee Gee Barry Gibb has been knighted. The last surviving brother of the legendary trio, the Bee Gees, got the honor at Buckingham Palace Tuesday and said it's not something he ever imagined would happen.
This is the greatest honor that your culture can give you, so very proud, very proud.
And he said he wouldn't be there without his brothers, Maurice, who died in 2003, and his twin Robin, who died in 2012. A powerful and male voice in the Me Too movement testified on Capitol Hill Tuesday. Former NFL player and actor Terry Crews told senators his story of being assaulted by a male talent agent, and when asked why, as a big, powerful man, he didn't fight back.
I have seen many, many young black men who were provoked into violence, and they were in prison, or they were killed, and they're not here.
Cruz was lobbying for a sex assault survivor Bill of Rights. As we come upon the halfway point of 2018, Shazam says Ed Sheeran is the most popular artist on the music app. And his song Perfect, the most Shazam song of 2018 so far. And happy birthday today to one-time Spider-Man Tobey Maguire, who turns 43, and new mom Khloe Kardashian is now 34. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
6:18 now. The mosquito-borne Keystone virus has been detected in a person for the very first time. A teenage boy in North Florida went to an emergency care center after suffering a rash and a mild fever 2 years ago. Turns out it is the first case of a human testing positive for the virus. It was first discovered in 1964 in Keystone, which is part of the Tampa area. The Keystone virus has the potential to cause encephalitis. Luckily, in this case, he was not affected as far as brain swelling, and he should be okay. 6:18 right now, still heading Good Morning Suncoast. A vacation to Mexico takes a sharp turn. We'll tell you about a parasailing accident that led to a lengthy recovery. Also, Marla Spence is in downtown Bradenton. Marla?
I'm live at the Bradenton Water Tower off Manatee Avenue West in Bradenton, and this is where a massive water leak happened at a tower overnight. We'll have a live report straight ahead.
6:19 right now. Should see a high of 92 degrees. Pretty sunrise in progress. That's the scene right now from our tower camera here in the Rosemary District. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC 7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Imagine a world filled with pillow fights, playgrounds, and the search for the perfect climbing tree. Every kid deserves that world, but 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger. At No Kid Hungry, we're committed to creating a world where every kid eats healthy food every day. We raise funds, we help families, and we lift up communities.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
Welcome back, 6:22 now. Here's a pretty shot outside of our window there. A nice pastel sky, a nice sunrise. Should see a high of 92 degrees today, and just some isolated showers this morning. Not too much on the radar, John tells us. A woman badly injured while parasailing during a vacation in Mexico last month is finally back home. As ABC's Kenya Wentworth tells us, her recovery isn't over yet.
In this morning's GMA First Look,
here we go, Katie.
It started out as a parasailing trip to celebrate her birthday, but turned into a fight for her life after the tether connecting 29-year-old Katie Malone to the boat broke, sending her flying uncontrollably through the air in the skies above Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, for a terrifying 45 minutes. The rogue parasail at times going horizontal, bobbing back and forth. Malone eventually crash landing at an airport. Malone suffering a collapsed lung, broken ribs, fractured skull, and broken pelvis, along with an enlarged pituitary gland.
Thank you for all the prayers and support.
And we'll tell you how to stay safe while on vacation, coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. I'm Kenya Whitworth, ABC News, San Diego.
I'm a migraine sufferer and I'm an EMT. When I get a migraine at work, it's debilitating. If I call out with a migraine, that's one less ambulance to serve a community. I just don't want to let these people down.
Excedrin Migraine, relief that works as hard as you do.
How do you like your coffee?
I'm a man of refined taste, and I prefer my creamer non-GMO Project Verified. Caramel Machimatoto. I like it international, and I expect to be delighted.
Looking for a hotel that fits your budget? TripAdvisor now searches over 200 sites to find you the hotel you want at the lowest price. Grazie, Gino. Find a price that fits. TripAdvisor.
Bottom line is, moms love that Land O'Frost premium sliced meats have no byproducts.
Baloney!
Has joined the call.
Hey, Baloney here.
I thought this was a no byproducts call.
Land O'Frost Premium, a slice above.
Hi, I'm Alan. This is Bob. We're from Publix Apron's Cooking School. What are we going to do today, Bob?
We are going to do blueberry barbecue chicken.
That's a mouthful right there.
I don't even know what to say about that, man. This is pretty cool. You've all grilled chicken at home. I'm going to show you how you do it here. Finish it, indirect heat, and you know. So in here we have our spice rub. Okay? This is just chili powder, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, and I threw some other stuff in there. Okay. I ain't going to tell you about it. I'm just kidding. You have all that. You want to split this spice mixture up. Because we're going to put some in the barbecue sauce, and we're going to put some on our chicken. All right? So basically what you do is, I'm not going to get my hands all in here, but what I usually do is take some spice rub on here, put this in a bowl, little olive oil, and mix it in real good. Let it sit in the refrigerator for at least a half hour to get all that flavor on there. And then what you do is you just kind of grill it off a little bit, just to get those nice grill marks, and then you pull it off, and I'll show you what we do next after we get the blueberry sauce going. Over here, onions, garlic. We're gonna add blueberries to this. Alan's gonna break those up a little bit. We're gonna have a little bit of vegetable stock we're gonna add to that, all right? So what you wanna do is you just kind of let that get hot and let the blueberries break up some, and then simmer it a little bit. And then we're gonna add a little bit of our spice rub to that, okay? And then the magic thing is a little bit of sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. So you let that cook down, gets real nice and thick, that's your barbecue sauce. Now your chicken came off the grill, right? It's not done yet, but this is where you put the barbecue sauce that I have done on there. Then you put nice barbecue sauce on, pop it in the oven or indirect heat on the grill, which just means if you close the grill and you have that upper rack, boom, close that and cook it till it's done.
Fantastic, Bob. Starting tomorrow, be sure to stop by your Publix Apron Simple Meals kiosk to pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients for this great summertime dish.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone.
Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
A huge political upset among the Democrats in New York. A 28-year-old former bartender ousted a 10-term congressman who had a shot at being the next Speaker of the House. How the travel ban is affecting families here on the Suncoast. We'll hear from a Venezuelan family concerned about what this means for their relatives. And breaking overnight, water was spewing from that downtown Bradenton water tower. We'll have a live report how this could affect commuters in downtown Bradenton. Welcome back, 6:30 right now. It is June the 27th, Wednesday. I'm Ray Collins. Stephanie is off today, and a changing weather pattern means perhaps fewer showers today, John Scalzi.
That's correct. We're looking at generally a westerly wind starting to develop today, kind of overtaking the east wind that we have had. And while that doesn't sound like it's a big deal, it really does make a substantial change in our weather pattern for the next 2 or 3 days. What it tends to do is create a situation where you have a few morning showers near the coast, followed by mostly inland showers later in the afternoon, so that at time of maximum heating during the day, all of the cooling rains are well inland away from us. It also means that the showers that the coastal residents do get are not the big thunderstorms that you get in the late afternoon, combined with daytime heating and daytime moisture and sea breeze fronts. They're more of a gentle shower for the most part, maybe an isolated pop of lightning that you would get with this kind of a pattern. And consequently, your total rainfall amounts are going to be much, much lower than you normally would see on a typical summer's day. A little bit of fair weather cloudiness around, but plenty of sunshine in store as dawn breaks here on the Suncoast with a daytime high that'll come up pretty close to the 92 mark. Air quality is good today, despite the fact that we have that high pressure ridge sitting right over us. Complete forecast details coming up in a few. Right?
Alert traffic now, an ongoing issue there in Manatee County, 57th Street East at 18th Avenue. Be aware of that between the Braden River and the interstate. Also 301 northbound as you get past Whitfield and head towards State Road 70. Checking the northern half now of Sarasota County. You'll see there on Fruitville Road eastbound from McIntosh and Honore on in toward the interstate. Some congestion there. Otherwise, not too bad in Sarasota County. Checking South County now, all clear at 6:32 on your Wednesday morning. A major upset in New York politics for Congress. A man with a chance at being the next Speaker of the House lost his primary challenge to a 28-year-old former bartender, her first run for office. Reporter Andrew Spencer has this intriguing story.
Can you put it into words?
Nope. I cannot put this into words.
For a moment, it seemed nobody was more shocked than Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Hello, Bronx and Queens. My name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and I am running to be your next Congresswoman on June 26th.
Her grassroots campaign came as a huge upset in Tuesday's Democratic primary, ousting the fourth highest-ranking Democrat in the House, 10-term Congressman Joe Crowley.
I cannot believe these numbers right now, but I do know that every single person here has worked their butt off to change the future of the Bronx and Queens. That's what I know.
Her tweet, "This is the start of a movement." The 28-year-old first-time political candidate will likely become the youngest woman ever elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. Meanwhile, several Republican candidates backed by President Donald Trump also won on Tuesday. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster winning his primary runoff. In New York, Congressman Dan Donovan defending his seat against former Congressman Michael Grimm. And in Utah, former presidential candidate and former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney Once a harsh critic when Trump was running for president,
Donald Trump is a phony, a fraud. His promises are as worthless as a degree from Trump University.
a lot has changed, and Trump tweeted last night, "I look forward to working together," as Romney seeks to replace the retiring Senator Orrin Hatch.
Well, it looks like our team won the primary, all right?
I'm Andrew Spencer, reporting.
The U.S. Supreme Court has upheld President Trump's travel ban in a 5-4 ruling. The case was regarding the third version of the ban that's been in effect since December. The 7 countries named the ban are Syria, Iran, Yemen, Somalia, Libya, North Korea, and Venezuela. Right here on the Suncoast, local families are being affected by the ban. We spoke to a Venezuelan family here on the Suncoast that says they don't really know what's going to happen for them.
Sad because, I miss them, and when they come here, like, my grandma's planning on coming for, like, Christmas and stuff, and now I don't know how this is going to affect her.
And the president of the Islamic Society of Sarasota, Bradenton, says some families in his congregation will likely be separated from relatives back home. Happening overnight, a water tower in downtown Bradenton sprang a major leak. Our Marla Spence is live there right now with details of how this could affect the morning commute. Marla?
Good morning, Ray. I'm live at the Bradenton Water Tower off Manatee Avenue West. Just a few moments ago, a City of Bradenton water plant employee pulled up to the scene. He did tell me that the spill could have happened due to an overflow of water in that water tower. He, however, could not confirm how long the leak lasted, if anyone in the area would be impacted, or how many gallons of water were lost. Now, that leak did start about 11 o'clock last night. Now, there is a pumping station right next to the water tower, but it's not confirmed whether it had anything to do with that water leak. Right now, we're waiting to hear back from the City of Bradenton's water plant manager. And once we hear back, we will bring you the latest on all the information on what exactly caused this leak. So far, this leak from overnight is not causing any impacts to traffic or any roadways. Reporting live in Bradenton, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. The Florida Coalition of School Board Members is calling for an investigation on school grades in Manatee County. They say they noticed grade inflation in Manatee and 2 other districts in the state. By the way, the group is chaired by Sarasota School Board Chairperson Bridget Ziegler. Now, she is asking the state to delay the release of grades for middle schools in certain counties, including Manatee, Duval, and Polk counties. The report found that several school districts made dramatic improvements in their passing rates on middle school civics test. The data also shows a dramatic decline in the number of students who took the test, particularly in the areas that are served by mostly low-income children of color. After months of debate, Sarasota County Sheriff Tom Knight agreed to sharing costs for school resource officers. The sheriff says he will pay 20% of the cost. He outlined his staffing plans for next year in a letter to the school board and the superintendent. Now, he called for 14 officers in total, 11 school resource officers, 2 sergeants, and 1 lieutenant. The total cost for all this, by the way, for taxpayers, $1 million. The board is set to meet with Sheriff Knight tomorrow morning. An elementary school in Palmetto now has a new name and a new principal. Kathia Johnson was chosen to lead Palmview in northern Manatee County. Johnson will replace Angela Essig, who retired. Johnson takes over on July 9th. The Manatee County School Board has approved a contract for the interim superintendent. The board voted 4-1 in favor of the contract for this woman, Cynthia Saunders. She'll take over on an interim basis following the departure of Dr. Diana Green, who is leaving for the top job in Duval County. The exact salary and details of Saunders' contract has not been released.
I know that she will provide the leadership and the support for our employees that's needed right now.
Saunders is expected to sign the contract after her attorney looks at it. She is set to start as soon as July 1st. Happening right now, sidewalk repair in Northport. Crews are working along North Sumter Boulevard. It needs repair because people are tripping on the sidewalk. The work should be done by the end of the week. Today is National HIV Testing Day, and here on the Suncoast, the Community Health Education and Prevention Team will give free HIV tests in the Walgreens parking lot this morning at the corner of 17th and Lockwood Ridge. You can get a free test between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the 4th of July is a few days away, and some sales are already in full swing. We'll tell you about the best sales to look for when we come back. First, here's a peek outside our window at a pretty sky there. Nice clouds. I'm sure that John in a moment will tell us more about those clouds, but first, let's take a look at the Statue of Liberty. Sharp turn to New York. I think I like our scene here, back here on the Suncoast. So not too much rain today, John?
No, not too much rain. We're bringing it on back home. We'll have a daytime high that tops out around 92, and only about a 20% chance of shower, which will come early on in the day, and then everything moves kind of far inland into inland parts of Hardy, DeSoto, and Highlands County as we head into the later part of the afternoon. So we'll look for a drive time forecast that has no inclement weather boxes checked, near 80. A possible shower near the coastline during the morning hours, but not very likely, so I don't check the box. And then upper 80s, sunny and dry on the way home. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair? The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota for big savings during the Jeep Celebration event. Shop the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wranglers, or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee, for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
I'll be right back.
Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Suncoast Charities for Children and Powerboat P1 encourages you to share the beach with our marine wildlife during the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival. You can share the beach with our amazing sea turtles by waiting until sunrise to set up. Stay clear of nesting areas for our beautiful birds, and please don't forget our beloved manatees. Never swim towards them, and always obey manatees' slow speed zones. Together, we can all enjoy the races and share the beach.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we look at an air temperature of 75 degrees, plenty of sunshine out there this morning. We'll look for an east wind that is now east-northeast at about 3, but it'll be somewhat variable and turning to the west as we head into the mid-morning hours. High pressure is basically sitting over us. That's why we have this light and variable wind flow. A dew point value coming in at 73, pretty high. Certainly feels kind of sticky out there. 75 degrees, Sarasota 75, Bradenton Parish, Lakewood Ranch at 76, Venice 79, 78 degrees in Inglewood, and 80 degrees Longboat Key. As we head into the morning hours, we'll have about a 10%, that's it, chance of a shower. It'll be mostly near the coastline, and then a little bit later on it'll be inland. But by 12 noon, that chance goes up to about 20%. Between 10 and noon, I think, is our best chance of seeing some rain showers near the coast. Then as we head into the afternoon, everything begins to shift inland, and toward nighttime, everything looks like it'll be pretty quiet out there. Across the region, Titan radar still picking up a little bit of rain shower activity down around the Fort Myers region. An isolated sprinkle or light passing drizzle near the coastline possible. We have one just off the coast of Bradenton, but not a whole lot of activity currently on radar. Our satellite view shows a few fair weather clouds out there, but nothing really heavy. We'll certainly have plenty of sunshine across the region to help boost our temperatures pretty quickly into the upper 70s to low 80s as you head out the door this morning. The Futurecast continues to show that pattern that we're going to lock ourselves into for several days in a row. That is, with high pressure down to our south, we'll develop a westerly wind flow that'll pick up a couple of showers, bring them near the coast during the morning hours, and then push everything into inland areas as we head into the afternoon. You'll see a few pop up there, but the heaviest of the rain occurring later in the day in inland locations and then kind of dying out as we head into the evening hours, leaving the coast quiet. That's a pattern that'll be with us today, tomorrow, probably Friday as well. We have had, over the last several days, a westerly wind, an easterly wind. That easterly wind has tended to focus the shower and thunderstorm activity on our west coast. And the reason for that is that that easterly flow crashes up against our west coast sea breeze, pins it close to our coastline, and that's the location for showers to build. Well, now high pressure sinks south. As it sinks south, we tend to develop this westerly flow of air directly opposite to the east wind we have had, and that takes showers, builds them along the coast, and pushes them into inland areas. Now, by Friday, we'll have a little trough of low pressure that'll sink southward and be with us right straight through the weekend. That, combined with the fact that we'll have a little additional moisture that's working its way in from the Caribbean, will help to enhance our rainfall chances to about 50% over the weekend. Isolated morning showers, afternoon showers that develop in inland areas, leaving the coast kind of quiet, will be the name of the game for several days, meaning that during the time of the hottest part of the day, you won't have any cooling showers around to help out. Better weekend rain chances, though, for the next several days with that high sitting right over us. Our rain chances will be fairly minimal. So the forecast looks like this. We'll have a little bit of rain showers, but not a whole lot for the next several days. So the fire danger index continues to rise, now moderate in both parts of Manatee County, Sarasota, and in Charlotte County. Nice day out on the water, though, with that big ridge of high pressure sitting over us. Winds will be fairly light, west basically at about 5 knots. That'll give us a light chop to smooth conditions and just 2 foot or less seas. 20% chance of showers today and tomorrow. Daytime highs near the 90 mark. A little extra moisture coming our way on Friday, but the pattern remains unchanged. 40% chance of rainfall then. And as we head into the weekend, we'll up the rain chance to about 50%. And hold it there into the beginning of next work week. Right?
Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic right now. Some buildup there on 301 southbound as you cross over 70. Also Cortez eastbound as you head toward 14th Street West. Otherwise pretty clear in Manatee County. Checking the northern half of Sarasota County. Some issues there on Fruitville eastbound as you go from Honore toward Cattleman. Also 41 as you head toward Mound, getting past that 301 junction. And then our final map to the south will show us just some small delays northbound on 41 as you travel from Charlotte into Sarasota County. About a year ago, residents in a Bradenton neighborhood claimed an abandoned home was a breeding ground for mosquitoes and rats. The problem was solved after our story aired, but now neighbors say those rodents are back again. One resident says a covered pool with stagnant water is breeding tadpoles and mosquitoes from this house. Many are concerned that the children in the area will be exposed to the diseases without even going near the property because rats and mosquitoes can carry diseases to other homes nearby. Neighbors say they are fed up with the conditions here.
I've spent thousands now, and that's not a lie, with rats in my attic, and I've gone through several companies, and I finally got it under control, and now we're seeing all these rats again, and I'm really worried about them infesting the attic again.
SunTrust Bank owns the property now. They sent out a letter to us saying they plan to have a team out to the house in the near future to address the conditions. Happening now, the 4th of July is 1 week from today, but sales are already well underway. The best deals, bargains on clothes as retailers prepare for fall clothing lines to filter in. Also, outdoor equipment from retailers like Backcountry, The House, and REI. If your focus is indoors, there are plenty of deals at major department stores like Macy's, Sears, and JCPenney. As for what to wait on purchasing, that barbecue grill, those will go on sale in the fall. Happening today in Sarasota, students from Stoneman Douglas High School will be in downtown tonight. Their nationwide March for Our Lives tour making a stop at Selby Library from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Students and city officials and organizers will discuss gun laws and gun reform. You can also register to vote before a live panel discussion. 6:49 right now, still ahead your top 7 headlines before 7 a.m. But first, a peek outside our window at a beautiful sky there above Sarasota Bay. Headlines are next. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at score.org.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
Florida Studio Theater presents Always Patsy Cline, extended due to popular demand. A tuneful tribute, the story of Patsy's rise to stardom is told by her biggest fan. Featuring such hit songs as Walkin' After Midnight, I Fall to Pieces, Crazy, and many more you know and love. Critics are calling Always Patsy Cline a genuine hit. Audiences are calling it outstanding. Always Patsy Cline is now playing. Tickets can be purchased at 941-366-9000 or floridastudiotheater.org.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Next on Good Morning America, a look at the controversial new Whitney Houston documentary with never-seen-before footage, her sister-in-law and longtime manager only, on GMA this morning. Now time for our top 7 before 7. First off, with John Scalzi's First Alert weather forecast.
Thanks, Ray. We have a little pattern change. It's promoting a westerly wind today. That means a few scattered morning showers close to the coastline and then inland showers later in the afternoon. But even so, our rain chances are pretty small today. So take an SPF 50 sunscreen with you because you're going to need it this afternoon. There'll be lots and lots of sunshine around. And the app to trace those few scattered morning showers that'll be around with us. Isolated morning showers, mostly sunny afternoon, lower rain chances for the next several days. And remember, forecast always available at mysuncoast.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our First Alert weather app. Ray?
Thank you, John. Checking First Alert traffic. Really no major problems in Manatee County. A few blips there in 301 northbound as you approach the interstate at Ellington. Otherwise, not too bad. Checking the northern half of Sarasota County, Fruitville Road eastbound from Honore toward Cattleman, otherwise pretty clear at 653. A massive leak at a Bradenton water tower. Look at this video, happened overnight. It began about 11 o'clock last night. A water plant employee says the leak could have been triggered by an overflow of water in the tower. This is directly behind the school board building on Manatee Avenue West. Today is National HIV Testing Day. The Community Health Education and Prevention Team will give free HIV tests in the Walgreens parking lot at Lockwood Ridge and 17th Street between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. today. Number 5, the mosquito-borne Keystone virus has been detected now in a person for the first time. This person, a teen in North Florida. The virus has the potential to cause encephalitis, but thankfully, the teen affected has not suffered any brain swelling. Number 6, the U.S. Supreme Court has upheld President Trump's travel ban in a 5-4 ruling. The 7 countries named include Syria, Iran, Yemen, Somalia, Libya, North Korea, and Venezuela. And number 7, Bee Gees' Barry Gibb has been knighted. The last surviving brother of the legendary trio of the Bee Gees received the honor at Buckingham Palace yesterday. He says it's not something he ever imagined, and he wouldn't be there without his brothers. All 3 have since passed away. Andy Gibb, of course, was a teen idol, and then his 2 others, Robin and Maurice, passed away in 2003 and 2011. In his prime, John, that Barry Gibb had something called presence.
Oh, yeah. You think the Queen busted into a little Saturday Night Fever there?
I think she might have a little
probably
bit.
might have, huh? Busted a few moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were great.
Oh.
And then there's the music lives on. I mean, they really created a whole genre of music.
It's such a
unique
approach with that style of singing.
Yep. And Saturday Night Fever didn't hurt them any at all either. Just to mention tonight, under a fairly clear sky, Saturn will be at its closest to Earth. So if you have a chance, look up about 10 degrees above the horizon in the south sky, and you get a pretty good view of Mars, Saturn, and Venus all out there at the same time. But Saturn particularly looks pretty spectacular.
Best viewing time around?
Well, anytime between 10 and 4 in the morning.
I'll catch that closer to 4 in the morning then.
Yeah.
Have a great day, folks. Good Morning America is straight ahead.